Hey, oh my goodness.
Okay.
I am reading this book, and I got like 6 books right last week from the library.
Yeah. I love the library.
I wasn't expecting to get 6 all at the same time because I went online and I requested, and really 2 of them were the only ones that were available. The other ones, I was in line. I had them on hold, but I could have sworn that there were some where I was, 3rd or 4th in line. Whatever. So I decided to read this one first because it's called Present Over Perfect.
Uh-huh.
And I am loving it. It's
Really?
such an easy read. It kind of like, at first I was looking at it because I always look to see like the chapters, like how it's broken up.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just have to do it so I can kind of like prepare myself mentally if this is going to be like
It's
long
information.
chapters, short chapters, whatever it is. But I do that. And so I didn't even, it's on the front of the book, but I didn't pay attention to that the foreword in the book was written by Brene Brown.
Oh.
And I guess she's a good friend of hers. So she, obviously you need to if you write the foreword in someone's book.
Yeah.
But her book is kind of broken up into 6 parts. And I kind of like the way her chapters are named. They're not really named like anything like hugely profound or anything like that. But it's definitely very quick. Some chapters are, like 4 pages.
Oh, wow.
3 pages. Do you know what I mean? Like they're not super long. I think the longest one might be 8 pages. I think it's the longest one.
What's it called?
It's called Present Over Perfect.
Present Over Perfect.
Yeah. And I'm loving it. It's leaving behind frantic for a simpler, more soulful way of living. And so her name is Shauna Nyquist, and she is the daughter of a pastor, but she's also got 2 boys. They live in Chicago. She's already written, I think, 4 other books, which I'd never even heard of the other books that she'd written. And I'm telling you, I started reading this on Sunday. I got through almost the first section, which has almost the most little mini chapters. So that was 3, 6, there are 8 little mini chapters, right?
Yeah.
I got through, I think, 5 of them just in one quick sitting after picking up the boys. Couldn't put it down. Like, that's how good it was. And sometimes, some books are just slow to start. You're like, okay,
Right.
Get to the point. Where are you going with this?
Yes.
No. Right off the bat, I was like, oh, yes, I totally get this. This is exactly how I feel. And this was what I was reading this morning when I went live, talking about that fake resting and how
I didn't see that.
Yeah, how a lot of us women are. I did that on my personal page.
Okay.
And how, it's the weekend and the kids are resting and maybe the husband is resting watching a movie or whatever. And you're sitting there and you look like you're resting, but you're really not. You're either mentally in your mind, you've got this long list going, or you're working on a list. Or for me, I even have a list on my freaking phone as well and in my planner. So it's like list upon list upon list in my head, rewritten, going over and over and over again. But on top of that, it's also, thinking of, okay, well, I've got to make sure, that the house is clean. For me, it's like my closet's color coordinated. So is the kids. There's a specific way of folding everything.
Do you really do that?
Yeah. Yeah, it's color coordinated. Yep.
I will not even show you my closet.
Yeah, I've had my color coordinated since I was in high school, and it hasn't changed.
It's a good thing. I'm amazed at that. Mine's just not.
I can't live without it just that way because it's been for so long. But I enjoy like doing it, like I enjoy like redoing someone's closet and helping them, I have fun doing that. I don't know.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, so if you need to, if you want to, I can come over. I'm available.
Okay.
But yeah, even like after I'm done cooking, like today I actually cooked and I food prepped. I can't just leave the stuff dirty. Like after I food prep, I know some people, they're like, oh, don't, put it into containers and close it, let it cool off. I don't know. I can't really do that. I leave it out on the counter. I don't put it in the fridge immediately, but I have to, like, once I'm done, I need it to be portioned in containers, and then I need it clean because I then need it to just be done. I don't want to have to be like, oh, I got to go back and do this. Like, if it's done, it's done 100% start to finish. But she's bringing up the point, like, who says that your house has to be spick and span? Who says that you have to sweep every single day? Who says that that the clothes have to be done once a week, every couple of days, whatever your schedule is? Like, who sets those things? Who sets those expectations? You know, and it's not you're doing it because you have friends coming over. I'm pretty sure that not my friends don't know or don't give a damn that my laundry is color coordinated. Right? As long as I'm not going out in dirty clothes, they don't care.
Nope.
Right? As long as when they're coming over, I'm not giving them like a dirty dish. They don't care if it's been in the dishwasher, if that dish stayed in the sink for 4 days before it got washed, before I give it to them. They don't care.
Nope,
So,
not as long as it's clean now.
so in the book, she kind of brought up, you know, like, we are making these expectations and these things that are making our life more chaotic. We're getting more frustrated, we're being more pissed off, and really, it shouldn't be for making somebody else happy, the external. It's supposed to be for us. So I just really love that. And so I even wrote down in other areas and other chapters how I wanted to talk about. I've got 4 other ones that I definitely want to talk about so far. Tomorrow I'm talking about darkness. And the way that she put it was very much like myself, in that I do not deal with emotions very well, and I push them down and off to the side. So that's kind of why I also keep myself busy, because as soon as there's that stillness, that quiet, I'm left to my own voices.
That's right.
Voices aren't good sometimes.
No, when the committee gets started, it's not good.
You know, it's very hard to you know, be louder than those voices, to turn them down, to tell them, no, that's not reality, that's not how I feel, that's not how I should look at myself, that's not what people say about me. So it's like that darkness. I wanted to talk about that because I felt very strongly that I know that was when I, even to this day, really struggle, and even more so I'm challenged by it, you know, when I had those weeks off when I didn't have the kids. And it's like, well, what the hell am I supposed to do with myself now?
Yep.
I have nothing to, you know, make me run around, the head cut off. Laundry's done because the only clothes that got dirty were my clothes.
That's right.
And if I don't want to get out of my workout clothes like today, then I don't have to till the nighttime. Nobody else is around me to say I stink. You know, because if I go to Sprouts and someone thinks I stink, well, I don't care. Because I don't have to see you until I check out, and then we're gone. So I've been really practicing and trying to figure out, like, you know, how to squash those. It's self-sabotaging, but then it's like that little devil, you know, and that devil is just always seems to be louder, has like a damn megaphone.
Yep.
And can just kind of like belittle the goodness side and just go ahead, and it just topples down. So, and then there was a couple other ones like on disappointing people, and how, like, I think all too often as women, we say yes, yes, yes to things.
Yep.
Even though we sure as hell know we don't have any more time to say yes to one more thing. But we feel bad. We feel like we're disappointing people. And so that's another thing I want to talk about. So, I mean, I'm only, you know, 87 pages in. And so far, after today, I've got 4 others. So that's a total of 5 different topics, just in 87 pages I want to talk about. You know, and I'm almost halfway of this book.
Okay, good, because I think you check out at the same library I do, and I.
Okay, so when I return it, yeah. I'm really glad for this book. It's such an easy read. Pretty much, since there's 6 parts, I figure I'm just going to get through 1 part a day, which is between 5 and like max like 8 little chapters. And that's totally doable throughout the day. I can do that.
Sounds like a really good book.
Yeah, I guess what she calls it is that this book more of a collection of essays. Is how she really explains it. Which I guess, yeah, each little chapter is, because it's not super long, you know, and I guess like essays, you know, like one's just called The Word That Changed Everything, or What the Lake Teaches You, Tunnels.
Oh.
You know, and it's just real quick, real short, but she kind of compiles them together and it works really well. So I'm super excited for this one. The next book that I'm going to read, because I'll be done with this one on Saturday. This is the next one. It's super long. Okay. It says the life-changing magic of not giving up and how to stop spending time you don't have with people you don't like doing things you don't want to do.
Oh, okay. And you have to read the book now?
So, I am going to be reading this book. And this one seems just a little bit interesting in that, yes, you're going to see the F word a lot in here, but I think it's just as an emphasis. It's not, like the holy effing Trinity, time, energy, and money. And then it's super quick. And there's images. I love it when they have that kind of stuff. So I think this would be a quick read as well. But there's also some call to action. So as you're doing it, like they're making you kind of having to budget out, like time I have gained by not giving up, and the activity and the benefit, or energy I've gained. So I kind of like those ones where it makes you do something as opposed to, oh yeah, I should remember to do that. I should remember to do that,
Right. Because when you apply it, you remember it.
Exactly. Instead, as you're reading it, do it. So, I mean, man, there's a lot of things talking about dress code, making a budget. What about people you can't stop giving an F about you? Oh my God, that's just too long. These things, your mind is a barn.
Oh.
You want to read?
Okay then.
Sort your F's into categories. Oh man, this is going to be interesting. I should maybe wait to do this with Aaron because he probably would have a ton of fun with this one. I told myself I needed to finish all of these books by the end of the year.
Oh.
So
good goal.
If I can get through one book a week, I'll be golden. So yeah, that was kind of the book. There was a section that I really wanted to read. I kind of wanted Annette to hear it too, but it's a good chapter, and it's just talking about being a daughter. Where is it? It was a good little excerpt, and I was like, ooh, I need to read this out. Where is it? Where does it start? Maybe it wasn't in daughter. I thought it was in daughter. Yes, it is. Oh, so here he goes. So she talks about how that Christians have made too much out of work in the same way the Americans have begun engaging like in yoga competitions. So they have like twisted up versions of a pure thing. Christians want to make a difference. So we do, and we do, and we do, and then we find ourselves overexhausted. So in more fundamentalist strains of faith, there's great value in happiness, constant kindness, selflessness above all else. These are wonderful things that over time make it really hard to say things like, I need help, or I can't do this anymore. Women especially were raised to be obedient and easy, to swallow feelings, to choke down tears, and this has not served us well. This has made it far too easy to injure our bodies and our souls in the name of good causes. And there are enough good causes to go around. So she says, why then am I so tired, so parched, so speed addicted? Again, the fault lies not within the tradition, but with the perversion of it. And with the Christian herself, in this case, of course, me, you, all of us, right, daughters, that it's no more looking for a crusade against or for, but trying to reimagine faith as a soft place, the antidote to our addiction and not the enabler. But she talks about like addiction in that, we could be addicted to work, we could be addicted to, to being a mom at kind of like never doing anything for ourselves. It's anything that kind of numbs the pain and allows us to not have to feel the real things that we need to be processing. I do quite a good job at
it's
numbing
really
myself.
It's easy as a mom to do that.
It is. It's super easy
to busy yourself with doing everybody else, and it just That's one of the things that taking the focus off of yourself does.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so I think that's where people don't realize the whole like self-care. So I thought that was really cool that she kind of brought that in, but that, you know, to remind ourselves to like kind of relearn like being a daughter, and that it's when you find it most through silence and nature. And of course, nature, of course, connecting us back to that innate sense of having been created, but then also living in connection of water and air and plants and all that fun, and you know, all the thing that, you know, we acknowledge, you know, our creator. But it's also the natural world is simply just what disrupts our plans, right? So like flights are delayed, schools closed, you know, like, or detours and construction and all that fun stuff. So I thought it was really interesting that she does kind of have this one passage from Psalm 8 that she uses when she starts to feel like that, and she makes sure that she kind of like slowly breathes and kind of forgives herself so that she doesn't get tangled in everything. So I'm going to share this one with Annette and be like, maybe we need to all like.
What's the reference in Psalms?
It's practicing Lectio Divina. So it's when I look at your heavens.
Do you know the?
It's Psalm 8.
Oh, he left. No, he didn't. What do you need, Jake? I'm on the phone. What do you need?
Daddy needs the new headphones.
Who?
My dad.
He needs what new headphones? Okay,
The red one.
Okay, we'll talk about it when I'm done. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry.
It's
You're
called
fine.
Sound Logic.
Okay.
It's very important. It's all right.
He's gotten very chatty, very conversational.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. And Psalms 8 is pretty is short.
Yeah. Yep. It's short. It's something that, you know, you can quickly just read it and kind of hopefully feel, you know, everything just kind of begin to untangle and not feel so like everything is up here in our throats. But yeah, no, I really like this book, and just the way that she's able to write is probably exactly how she speaks, and that just makes it so much easier of a read. I think you can tell if someone's writing how they actually naturally speak, because then you don't have to like go over like, what was that, or it doesn't seem so formal, you know. And so I don't know, so like, this is not a good word, but like, so, you know, like bookish and like super smart and like, you know, like educated, and I have to like, I don't even know what that word means. I have to go look that up. Yeah, that's not a good feeling. So, but that one, I'm glad I started with that one first. I've got a couple other motherhood books and things like that, so I'm sure as along the way I will share my nuggets with you guys. But let's get to the meat of this. I saved a ton of content, so I didn't schedule.
Oh, is this the one that we're supposed to be doing about how to
We are scheduling. Yes.
He's not here.
It's all right. We are going to be scheduling. So I'm just going to show you. Uh-oh. Did my thing freeze? So I'm going to be showing you exactly. Oh, that's why it's unstable. We got to switch internets. Hold up. Hi, you're all done? Good job. Okay. Oops. Okay. I think I might have lost Susan. I'm not sure. Kind of froze. But I'm going to keep talking just in case. Uh-oh. Okay, so it was Susan's internet. Okay. I'm going to show you guys how it is to pre-schedule your posts. And I saved a ton, and it's kind of easy, but you just got to plan ahead. You've got to have content. You've got to have posts you want to do. Sorry about the naked little booty. Hey, your underwear is upstairs on the table. Okay. But it's also how you can do it with your challenge groups as well. So it's just your fit page and your challenge groups that you can do this with. So here's how we do it. I'm going to share my screen, but first I've got to get into the right one. Okay, let's just message Susan really quickly. Okay, so we're going to share the screen so you can see how I'm doing this. So here we go. Here is my fit page, correct? Yes. So now when you can do the same thing on your phone or your or the computer, right? So you can click on here if you want to just write something, and you'll see how that goes, right? So let's see, I'm going to do this post. And a lot of times I get ideas and I write them down, or I type them down and I put them into my notes on Apple. And you might be able to have something similar if you have an Android or a PC. So it's this one. Can you feel me? Do you have a Christmas budget set for this Christmas or per person? Right? But I also have an image. So I can copy and I can paste an image. Now, hold on. Okay, so I can copy. So a lot of times you don't have to download or save the picture onto your computer. You can literally just copy and paste. So here is the picture. I can always edit it if I want. And I can tag if there's product. And I don't ever tag products. I usually just edit. I want to crop something, if I want to make it, if I want to add a filter, then that's what I would do. But I can either publish it right now, or if I press this, click this down arrow, then I can schedule it. Or sometimes if you want to save it as a draft and you want to come back to it later and post it, or you want to come back to it later and tweak it. So a lot of times, I know some of you guys, you create posts and you're not sure. You can always do it this way and save it as a draft, you know, share with the rest of the team, and we can make our critiques, and you can go back into the drafts so that you have it in one place, if that's a lot easier for you. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and probably just like schedule this. And you can schedule this 10 minutes ahead, or you can schedule it, I don't even know, probably months. All right. I don't need to go all the way into October. So we are going to do it for today, and I'll probably just do it, you know, in an hour. So 7 p.m. Now here's another important thing that I also do when I'm scheduling is I make sure I have a calendar. Okay. So this is the calendar, and you can see all the ones I've already pre-scheduled, and I write down the time. Sometimes I write a code as far as maybe if I asked a question. So here for today, I'm going to write 7 p.m. and I'm just going to write, have a question mark. So it reminds myself that I asked a question at 7 p.m. Or it might be that I put RC. And RC is just a page that I like. I follow, they're called Rebel Circus. So that I'll remember myself that I posted something from Rebel Circus. Yes, come down here. Or I might write the word pick, and so that means I posted a picture. Or shake, or CTA means call to action. So it's very simple, and you kind of are able to then keep track, and you can see, do I have large windows that nothing is getting put out? And that's what you don't want to have. Hold on. Octavian, stop screaming. I am on a call. What do you need? Okay, you need to eat macaroni and cheese right now. Okay, well, we're not doing barbecue chips. You have to eat dinner. Okay, so that's how I started. So I'm just going to go ahead and click schedule, and then I don't have to worry about it. It's going to go ahead, and Facebook will go ahead and pre-schedule. Done. So there is that one. Let's try another one. Here's another one that I do. Oh, hi, you're back.
Yeah, Jacob.
That's
Jacob.
okay. I'm super glad. I literally just walked through doing one post. So
Okay.
I'm going to talk about another way you can post. So sometimes you can post, actually, probably put up another one. Exactly how we do this. So sometimes you might see like a video, right, that you like. Yeah. And you don't exactly want to share that video like from that page. Right? Like I don't want to actually click share. I just want that video.
Okay.
So instead of clicking share, you're going to right click the video.
Okay.
And see how it says show video URL? I just want to show it. It's going to come to a web page and I'm just going to copy that.
Oh,
Go to here.
So then it gives you just the video.
I mean, it still gives, you know, everybody still knows where it came from and all that stuff, but I'm not actually sharing from that page.
Okay.
That video. If people want to actually watch that, they can still watch it. If they really want to see what else, then they can go to, and then I can just delete it, the website. I don't have to keep it in my post. So I already came up with this one.
I love the title on this.
Yeah. Right? So that can be, that's right there. It's done. You found a video that you liked. You right click it. So it says show video URL. You copy it. You go back to your page. You paste it. And then you write whatever it is that you want to say.
Okay.
The nice thing too is you can add how you're feeling. If you want to check in, which I don't ever really do, tag a product. You can still use emojis. And I can either publish it right now or I can press this arrow.
Yeah.
And schedule.
Oh, that's so freaking easy. I never did that.
Yeah, I can even save it as a draft. So like sometimes, you know, Susan, when you're coming up with posts and stuff, you don't necessarily have to do it in a Word doc. You could just go ahead and type it and you can say save draft.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll show you in a second where they all are. So I'm going to say schedule. And so, and I also was showing that, you know, you guys have seen this. I have a calendar.
Yes.
Right? I don't even know where my screen is. There we go.
Yeah, I can see
you. I couldn't see myself. And so I have a separate calendar where I write down the times that I'm posting everything. So I'm going to do this tomorrow because I don't have anything in the morning.
So what do you base this on? How do you know what time you're because I know that Kim has posted that there are certain days that are better and certain times that are better to post and that.
Yeah. So I mean, for the most part, yeah, it's usually like Tuesdays. What is it?
Didn't she say Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday?
Yeah. Sundays, definitely Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday, because Sundays, you know, they're just ending the weekend. They're kind of like, oh, I'm going to start on a Monday. And then Tuesday, because they probably failed at the Monday for getting started. So they really want to do Tuesday. Thursday, because they're anticipating payday.
Okay.
Get started on a Saturday. You know what I mean? That's everyone's cheat day, you know. No one's starting like, I'm going to start my diet and really focus on Saturday. So
yeah,
your days, Sunday, Tuesday, or Thursday. But also the times really just depend on you and the people that, you know, are following you. Like I know for Annette, she posts a lot more in the morning because she's up that early. And a lot of the people that follow her are up that early. But even though the rest of, even though the rest of the day, it's going to mute that, people are still checking in and seeing what she's doing. But she's not going to change her major schedule because that's her schedule. That's the people that she wants to connect with.
Yeah.
Me, I'm kind of all over the place. Yeah, I'm up at 6 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock today, thanks to Octavian.
Oh my gosh.
But I have also utilized this scheduling so that people kind of know that I am always sharing some kind of information. And it also is nice to schedule, like say I know I wake up in the morning, I do a post. I know that most likely I'm going to do a workout, video or, early in the morning as well. So I don't need to do any major scheduled posts from 6 a.m. to noon, right? It's usually that noon, anytime afterwards, that's when I'm busy, my craziest, with these kids and everything like that. That's where I could easily forget to post something. So that's usually where I'm going to schedule. So that's why I use it. I use it when I know I'm going to be super crazy, and it allows me to still show that I'm consistent. It's not that I'm not thinking about my business, because I always am. It's just sometimes you just don't have that ability or the brain power to come out with actually cohesive and that makes sense.
Well, and this is really, I'm telling you, this is going to be a game changer for me personally, because especially now that we've got this stuff going on with my mom again.
Yes.
And I'm going to be busy again looking at memory care places and that kind of stuff. And so I can do this at night when I can be home and I don't have to worry about that, and know that I can schedule it to post during the day. And be.
So sometimes, when I started this, I would just do it a week ahead. So I'd always try and be like, okay, so I'm already, this current week should already be done. I'm really prepping for the next week, for the next.
How did you decide what it was you were going to post and schedule ahead? I mean, is that just a process of going through and looking at things and the things that?
Yes and no. I mean, pretty much like the things that don't need to, that are not, they don't need to be done in true time. So anything that I'm talking about as far as like a call to action or anything to do with food or my shake, only person who really knows exactly what it is that I ate and what it is that I do is Aaron, because a lot of times I might be talking to him on the phone and then he'll see a post. He's like, you did not just eat that. And I'm like, shh, don't tell anybody, that's my secret. He's like, you ate that yesterday. Or you took that picture yesterday. I was like, nobody knows what I look like, okay?
That's right.
But yeah, so those kinds of things. Or if you're already anticipating, like a Tuesday transformation kind of a post, you can already have that ready to go. I mean, I used to do every Wednesday was recipe. So I would just go through and get the entire month. I just needed 4 recipes. You can pre-schedule that super easy, or anything motivational. Like, I mean, I'm going to tell you, like, anything that doesn't say it was posted through Instagram was probably pre-scheduled, because I can't pre-schedule Instagram.
Well, I love that idea because.
Yeah, so like this one, pre-scheduled. I don't know when I did it, but I did it. Even like this one. Video. Pre-scheduled.
I love it.
So
I could go back to some of those videos that I've saved on YouTube.
Yes.
And schedule them in with, because something that I found that I think is working for me, and I think that Pam does this too, but I'm doing more stuff because it speaks to me.
Yes.
And finding my real voice at the moment.
No.
So
you can get naked. That's fine. It's not going to change my answer. No, leave the door alone. Keep talking.
Oh,
it's fine. I'm just gonna.
I feel your pain.
Yep.
But is that I have been doing I still video my workouts because that's kind of been my thing, and people are following that. And so, but I've started putting in some still pictures or a picture of me with a quote, or I've just been looking for a quote that, like yesterday, one of the things that the doctor said about my mom and that I brought up initially, because for her to have not been diagnosed until she hit 89 and for it just to be presenting as strongly as it is now is pretty amazing. And we were talking about it and all the things that she went through last year, all of the surgeries that have forced this. That's why.
Okay.
That that she's a tough cookie.
Oh, yeah.
And so I went through looking for tough cookie quotes this morning.
Perfect.
And I found this cute little thing about, it gave a definition of what a tough cookie is. And I thought that is so perfect. And I've used that with my workout video
Okay.
and posted that. And people seem to be responding well to those, better than just the workout stuff.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah, and it is perfect science. And it's kind of depending on who's following you, what they want to see.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about this. Can you tell?
Yes. No. When you sent that post yesterday, I was like, oh my gosh, that was spot on. Perfect. I mean, yeah, like I told you, like the only thing I had was just add those call to action little items. But as far as the meat of and how you organized it and how you worded it, that's perfect. I literally was like, oh my God, she's got it. She's like, that's great.
That was hard fought for because I spent the rest of the afternoon feeling pretty, well, you can imagine, imagine if one of your parents was just diagnosed with Alzheimer's, because it's not just about her. It's now part of your medical history.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't want to go down that road.
Yeah.
And I knew that there were medical issues. I didn't know it was this. And what I'm doing now is going to help me prevent that.
Exactly.
And so it changed a whole dynamic for me. But I spent so much time thinking about it. And I have to tell you, it was mostly about Kim. And I kept thinking about, I am so sick and tired of hearing about, I had cancer, but I kept going. And was like, well, good for you. Good for you. Some of us are not that angelic, kind of a thing. And I knew that was just, it's like, you know what, that is her story. That's where she's at now. And just trying to really work through that. And I know with you, with the divorce and stuff and that, pushing through and all that. And I thought, how can I turn this around? How can I make this something good and not get stuck in this pit? Mm-hmm. And that's where that came from.
I love it. I mean, it kind of I'm going to refer back to this book. She made a reference in about you having to like oil and vinegar, and how think of like the old school, Italian places, how they had, the vinegar was at the top, and then you have the oil, and that you have to pour out, you have to get rid of the acidic, the toxic stuff out of our life before we can get to the oil. That's exactly like, it's okay. Like we're told like, oh, we shouldn't say that. We shouldn't compare ourselves. We shouldn't be nasty. But sometimes you just have to get all of that out. To actually get to like the good stuff, like the actual like aha moment, like the part where you're like, you know what? Okay, now I can think back. I can be grateful. I just need to get that acid out of my system.
This is where it all went. I write it all down, and I just and then it's like, okay, now it's gone. Now it's down.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so necessary. Like people don't realize that, but it is. Just as much as we do that, we also need to remember to write about the good. And
I've got good on here too.
About what it is that we do is that we personally get rid of all of the bad stuff personally behind the scenes. But then with that, it allows us to do what we do as far as help to grow ourselves, help to connect with others. Because I know if I didn't have this, I wouldn't have this ability to, especially like where I am right now, I wouldn't have this ability to be like, I am praying for you and I wish that somebody loves you the way that I couldn't love you. As opposed to just being nasty and bitter and be like, you were a crap husband, this and that, you never did this, you never did that. I would just be stuck in that rut, which I just hope and pray that he gets out of that rut and comparing and, what I wasn't and what I should have and all that stuff. But yeah, you kind of have to get all of the nasty stuff out.
I was going to ask you something that has nothing to do with the team call.
Okay. Well, I can pause.
Sorry. I was just going to ask you, I know that we had talked about you being, your divorce being finalized. Has that happened for you yet?
No. Okay. No, I haven't had my court date. It's December 20th.
December. I knew it was coming up. I knew it was like in here somewhere.
Yep. December 20th. So
do they still make you go through the divorce class, the parenting?
I still have to do it. I paid for it. It's on this stupid tab. I just haven't actually pressed play to.
Oh, you can do it. We had to actually go to a class.
Yeah, no, you can do it online now.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, thank goodness.
One of the things that I remember you were talking about that is one of the things that the psychologist who was doing our class said was it takes men an average of 10 years to get over it.
Oh, fan-freaking-tastic.
10 years. However,
It's gonna be like 16.
they also tend to couple back up faster.
Yeah. Well, I hope he does, honestly. I really do. But
Yeah. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. That was it.
no, you're okay. We can talk more about that later.
Let me tell you about this published thing. Let me tell you one other exciting thing for me about this is that my sister is so on board with doing this Shakeology group with me that I told her I've done a couple of posts and I said all you have to do, and I called her the Shakeologist. I don't know what I called her. I gave her some term, and today she told me, she said, well, now I'm kind of in it because you called me the Shakeology queen. And I was like, well, you're the one with all the recipes. You're the one that does all the testing and stuff. I stick with my chocolate.
Sometimes that's all you need to do. You just need to put a title on somebody. You know, like coach may not be what it is. Coach might be like overwhelming and they have a bad connotation to coach.
Well, that I can show her now.
Yeah.
I mean, I just never clicked on the tab. If I had clicked on the tab, I would have figured it out. I just never clicked on the freaking tab. You know, I'm not that, so I say I'm not that dumb, but I'm not, anyway. But that I can show her this.
Yeah.
This means that at night when she gets home and she has a free minute, or if she goes to school early, that she can do a shake recipe and schedule it to go in sometime during the day, and she doesn't have to worry that she's like not keeping up, or she could do a whole bunch of them on Saturday and schedule them to go through the time of the group. So
and
this
that's
is
the nice thing is, they have, you can do the same thing you can do here on your Fit page. You can do the same thing on a challenge group.
That's so awesome. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. So timely.
So that's what I love about it. So I'm going to show you another way. Let's see. I have all kinds of options. Let's see. So, so here's this one, right? So it's just a quick text that I'm just going to copy paste. So actually, no, I want to do something else. Say I want to get messages, right? Like, so this is usually on a call to action. Let me find a good call to action. Gotta find one. I save a bunch too. Like, so say I find like a really cool like picture or meme or whatever, I will save it and I'll put it into my notes on my computer. I'll save it in my notes on my phone, and I have it. I have a folder called FB post ideas. So I literally am just pouring all kinds of things. So I have pictures in there that I really like. And here we go. Got it. Okay, so I'm going to say get messages. And I can do my little blurb that I already pre-wrote. But I don't want this picture, right? This is just my generic Fit page.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to, I think there's an X. So I can just click on this, right? Oh, shoot. I didn't see the picture. Hold on. I got to save this picture. File, save. It's kind of funny. It's a really fat cat. Okay. So I can click on this picture, and it's going to bring up my computer, and I can pick whatever picture I want. This is the picture that I really want. Okay, maybe it's not going to work. Okay, so that's not a good picture. Boo.
That's a bummer.
Find another option. Oh, I have so many, so don't worry, we'll find one. We will find one. Let's see. Oh, here we go. That one work? Let's see. What's another better one? too much. So sometimes I'll do, maybe this one will work. So sometimes you can do this where you do click get message, and that is because instead of always saying, you know, send, you know, comment below or put an emoji down below. Some people are just really self-conscious about commenting anything below that.
Yes.
So, but they forget that they can just message you. So that's why I like kind of doing this one, because it automatically in their face, like, you can send me a message. Let's see if this picture works.
Wait, where?
See, it'll be right here.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
All right. So do you see exercise as a chore or a gift you're grateful for? And so if they want to see the full image, and they'll see the full image, but it's exercising as a blessing, not a chore. I work out because I'm grateful that I physically can. So I'm just going to schedule that for, I don't know, what time do I not have? I'll schedule that for Thursday at 8 a.m. Schedule.
Okay, so we're supposed to be doing like 3 a day, right?
That's your minimum, yes.
That's a minimum?
Mm-hmm.
Can you overdo it? Because I was thinking if you schedule 3 a day, because I thought there was something said about.
Oh, you can do more, absolutely.
As well. Okay.
Times I would say I'm doing I'm doing at least 5 or 6.
Okay.
Total.
So that if something happens, so you can.
And then after that, you've got, you know, sweaty selfie, you know, video of me of that day, you know, working out. And then, you know, random whatever funny crap happened or holy shit moments, you know. So yeah, it can definitely be, without a doubt. You know, you just don't want to kind of, you know, you don't want to do too much of the same things within the day, but yeah, by all means, keep it going. Not everyone is going to be addicted to social media. So some people are only going to be on there in the morning. They might miss what you talked about in the middle of the day or at night. Some people might only be on at nighttime and they completely miss what you talked about in the daytime. So a lot of times we feel like we're repeating ourselves, but it's necessary because our people, you know, hashtag my homegirls, they're not on social media 24/7. They have lives, their moms, their jobs. So you might want to, you know, I like to kind of break it up where in the morning, some kind of motivational, funny, aha, to get the juices going, right? And then, you know, you're going to see me work out, or you're going to see a picture of me pre or post workout. Then you're going to see a video. Then there should be something about food, a recipe, something to do with eating, because that's a part of, you know, we all eat. Maybe I didn't eat, maybe I ate too much, maybe I found a new recipe, maybe I went grocery shopping. And then it's going to be kind of something about my business or something about my team or a call to action. Then it should, and then I always like to, at some point in the middle of the end of the day, another motivational thing. Or that's where you can share some funny videos. Because sharing other people's videos that have kind of gone viral will also help bring and boost your reach.
Okay.
You don't want to do it every single day, but every so often, yeah, you want to kind of increase the reach, increase the people that are coming to your page. Plus, it also gets them to see your kind of personality. You know, that's why I have been really putting a lot of like images like this from Rebel Circus, because most of them really are very much like how I think. I have a ton on my desktop that I've saved, and I have to think like 98 of my problems would be solved if I stopped overthinking things and calmed down. Like that's what I have on my computer that I need to do a post on. Or accidentally went grocery shopping on an empty stomach, and now I'm proud owner of aisle 5. You know? So that's where you can kind of, it's a no-brainer one. You can pre-schedule those like a week ahead. You could do an entire month, and just do one a day and play around with the time. Because you never know until you actually do it and be like, you know what? Like this, only 37 people saw this one, and I thought this one was kind of funny. So maybe I should have done this earlier in the day, later in the day, and you kind of just tweak it. Or
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm trying to figure out is I see some of my posts where there's, 40, 50, 60 people will have seen it, and then some where it's like 7. It's like, really?
like some days, 222 reach in the video, and then 176 or 91. But what's also nice too is say like like this post, the words. Maybe I still think it's a really great post. I can absolutely I can copy these words, and maybe it was the image that didn't do it. So then recycle your own words and just reinvent the picture.
Gotcha.
So that's another thing too, is that I have, and I'm actually going to stop sharing this. I'm going to show you another one.
Okay.
What he's doing is like breaking something. Is that I also, on my computer and my phone, I have everything is connected to the iCloud, and that I save all of my posts, social media posts. So all of the ones I think are really like aha, really good ones.
Yeah.
They're saved. So say I want to go back to like, I don't know, June. Like this one. Oh, maybe not that one. Sure. Like I had the wrong focus and all of this stuff, right? Maybe a section of this I could still use a year later, in 6 months, Sometimes it doesn't have to always be like just completely organic and off the top of your head.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, he will not.
It's like Velcro.
Oh yeah. It is.
That's funny.
Right? So I'm sure, because somebody in July who read that, maybe they're not following me, but there might be somebody now who's like, oh my God, I totally need that.
Yes, that's hilarious.
Yeah. So get used to that. Save every single thing you post. Maybe not everything, but I would say, the ones that you know that like are really good. All of your call to actions, save them. All of the ones that are coming away from like personal development aha moments, save them. It's not just to save them to be able to reuse them, save them so you can reflect back and be like, oh my God, because I have some on my phone that's like from when I first started. I was like, I did not post like that. That is a horrible post. But I still saved it as a reminder of how shitty it was, because you have to start somewhere.
That's right.
So bad. So bad. I was so salesy. I'll be right back to see what the heck he's doing.
Okay.
Okay. What is the problem? that the end of the world is done. So yeah, that's how I save everything. So I haven't even like, I even have like challenge group posts. Coach,
How much memory does that take on your computer?
I don't know, honestly.
Okay, because I've got an external
It's
hard
yeah,
drive.
you
but
can use external. It shouldn't take much because it's text,
Yeah.
you know. But yeah, I kind of keep everything. So here are all my ideas.
Okay, that's funny too.
Some of them I've done. So like I can go either on my computer or my phone, and there's a check mark. It means I've done it. But we haven't done these ones. So see, you know, like I've done check mark, check mark. But I can go back and I can see like, oh yeah, I did that one. Oh, okay, I've done this one. Just kind of helps.
Now, do you add the check mark so that you know you've used it again, or does it check mark it if you use it again?
So I've added check marks.
Okay.
I've added them. So like, but here, we'll do this one, right? So it's already a video that I've already saved. I did this, I did that. I clicked on the video and I right-clicked it.
Yeah.
So it just exactly goes to that video. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing because I am only sharing. Way to go, Kristen. Hold on. I am only sharing that screen and you need the screen. Okay. So I copied and pasted the link and I deleted it. And then I pasted what I wanted to actually say.
Yeah.
So now I can schedule this. And I should probably schedule this for Friday because I have nothing in December already. And we'll do like at 10 a.m. See how that goes. So I'll write on my calendar 10 a.m. and then I'll put a V. So like I code it. So like V is like video, obviously question mark, I asked a question. CTA is a call to action. Pic means I just did a picture. And then I do RC for any of these black, those black pictures that have the quotes on them for Rebel Circus. So I've already scheduled 3 of them, right? So say you want to go back and you want to see what it is that you've scheduled. You're going to go here to Publishing Tools. And you'll get to see a whole list over here as soon as it does it. You'll get to see all of your published posts, and you can see their natural reach, people who clicked it. So here, 367 reach, 17 people clicked to watch the video. So that's where you can see also in a bigger snapshot, instead of having to constantly scroll through your news feed, time of day. So, oh, okay, this one, what the heck was this one? I don't even know what this is, what this picture is. But 3:40 didn't seem like such a bad time to post it, right?
Gotcha.
Or even here, I did a video at 8:55. Okay, so that wasn't too late, even though I know that everyone knows I usually work out between 6 and 7. You know, or this one talking, you know, giving a shout out. It was just a straight picture at 7:30. So that's where you can kind of get an idea for yourself when it's a good time to post these different things.
I love that. That's an awesome tool.
Okay. Well, you can also now go look at scheduled posts right underneath it. And that's where you can see all the ones you've already pre-scheduled. So say I don't like, say I maybe like I messed up and I did like, sometimes I'll do 2 and other like within like an hour of each other, and I don't want to do that. You can always click on it, put the drop down arrow and say reschedule. And it brings that same little clock and you can change it.
Gotcha.
So you never have to feel like, oh crap, like.
Yeah, you're not stuck. You can.
Never stuck. And then you can do drafts too, and I have drafts.
Okay. So under publishing tools.
Yes, under publishing tools. And I usually pretty much these are the only ones that I use. I don't ever go into any of this stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, you can from here create. You can create a post directly from here.
Oh, that's cool too.
So it doesn't matter. Anytime you're in any of these post tabs, you can click create. And you can have the same options. Type it in, copy, paste it. I did this one too. I got to check mark these things as I'm talking with you, or else I'm going to be doing ones that's like, oh, what did I do? So there are sometimes as well, like I will find pictures or quotes that I like. Yes, Theo? I can't see. But I'll save them, but I don't want to actually just reuse that picture. I want to, you know, a lot of times you want to have your face, you someplace. If it's not your face and it's a full body, you out and about, it needs to be as much of you as possible. So it's great to find quotes, but you want to try to make sure that those words are on your picture as much as possible. Not next to your picture, but those words are on it.
Okay.
That's why I love using, on my phone, I love using Word Swag. Word Swag is the easiest for me to just quickly use a picture and put up the text, and then it gives me like I don't even know, over 50 different font options and layouts.
Wow.
And then for each name, there are 5 different layouts within each name. So you can have hundreds of options. And I kind of like that because then I'm not wasting time on Canva trying to figure out what style I want. It's very quick.
Yeah, I've been doing it with Pic Collage.
Yeah, I like Word Swag way better.
Okay.
And I like Word Swag only when I need to put text, a quote.
Okay.
On a picture. That's what I use Word Swag for. So a lot of, let's go back and let's show you my feed, and I can kind of, so you can kind of get an idea at the differences that they have. It's like not in the picture. So like all of these ones, this one, Word Swag, Word Swag.
Cool, because they look really neat.
So, and it's kind of nice, like literally I just typed this into a text box.
Yeah.
And set create, and then on the bottom is all these different versions. And so I choose this version, but then this version has 5 other options. Whether
Wow.
it might be, they might change the way that certain ones are text and bolded. They might change it, the size, it might be smaller. It might be a little bit more horizontal. You know, so you pick a style, and within that there are 5 different versions. So even like this one, sometimes this line is on the other side, or instead of it being so horizontal, they make it more vertical, you know, or then they might not have this line not so bolded. They might have had the other lines bolded. So it's kind of nice where it's quick and you don't have to actually create this yourself. Like when I'm on Canva, I would have to create this all by myself, and it would take forever.
Yes, it does.
You know, and I don't have time for that kind of junk.
Why is it not?
This one was Word Swag as well. Like I just grabbed the picture, you know, when the Olympics happened, and then I added the text. My favorite one. I love Michael Phelps, but this was great.
Oh, that's good.
But he does. He always makes such a nasty face before he goes.
It's not letting me
like this one. You know, could you imagine having to create this on your own? adding arrows, different colors.
No, look at that. That's awesome.
It literally, like, I can do these things in a few minutes. Like even this one. I was like, Aaron, should I do this one, or is this one like not appropriate? And I'm like, I think it's funny. It goes along with the quote. He's like, I was like, okay. I'm like, well, we'll see who likes it and who doesn't like it.
Oh, there it is.
But you know, like these ones would have had so much more emphasis if there was my face.
Yes.
Along with it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah,
Yes.
sometimes you're going to do that, but if you can, as often as possible, have your face in it. So when people are scrolling, they know who it is. They have no ifs, ands, or buts about who is, who this page is and what kind of life you have. So if you have just workout videos and just sweaty selfies, you need to think of something else, because you are much more well-rounded. There's a lot more to you than just that. So you've got to have funny motivational stuff, your kids, eating, what else do I even have? You know, like random books. Obviously, you know, when I meet celebrity trainers. And lots of ways to invoke questions. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
That's how people are going to also see what's of value to you, how you answer it. And it just is a non-threatening way to get people to interact. See, look, I even did a post on this already. This is not my closet, but color code. Although my closet does start with white and go to black. It might actually be in that color order when I look at it. It might be, and I didn't do it on purpose. Yeah, I kind of just go from lightest to darkest, but yeah, that is how my closet is. So like these ones I did too. Same thing, word swag. You know, same thing with this one. So it's kind of nice where you can use whatever pictures you want. You can change the way your picture is. Like you can add filters as well. Like this one, I turned it into a black and white, and I added the text. And then this was an option to change. So you choose your text. I forgot to tell you. You choose your picture. You don't even have to use your own. You could use their stock photos that they have, and they have a ton. You write your text. You choose the format you like, but then you also get to choose the color. And there are a ton of colors. This one was another option at the very end where they kind of just randomly pick colors. And so you just keep tapping, tapping, tapping until you like the color combination. Or you can have gold, you can have polka dot, you can have like one that's kind of like an ombre fading into two different colors. I don't know, it's just a lot of freaking options that I really, really like. Kim is the one who got me into word swag. Word swag. You can kind of tell after a while. Word swag. Once you do that, you can kind of figure out the style. Oh, word swag. That's a word.
It's cool though. I like it.
You know, but then this one is, and this is a pick, play, post one. Yeah. So then it's kind of, yeah. So you'll pretty much, anytime I have a collage now, it's actually, I created like this collage from Instagram using the layout app.
Oh God. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's anytime you see these, not that one, that's an old one. But anytime you see these newer collages now, that came from, because I posted it probably directly from Instagram. So yeah, that's it. That's another one. Like pretty much all these new. Well, that's an old one. Those all came from layout, like this one, layout, which I really like. So I'm figuring out which ones are making it super easy, so I don't have to open up a million different apps.
Well, and the time factor is hard.
Yes. Another thing I did notice too, and I have not, and I've been seeing that my videos are getting a lot bigger reach, is I am editing them on iMovie. So if you've noticed, I'm not doing pick, play, post anymore on my videos. I'm not choosing clips and doing it. And the reason why was just, I wanted to just see how people were. And I know a lot of people, and even for myself, when I see multiple videos, I kind of already have like ADD when it comes to being on social media, right? We all want it kind of quick.
Right.
If there's 4, it's like I've got to be all over the place. But if it's just one video, I don't know what to expect, so I have to sit there and watch it. If I already see all 4 videos, I'm gonna be like, I kind of already know what she's about to do. Scroll. But if I don't really have an idea, then I will sit there and I'll watch that video for 30 seconds, 45 a minute. And that's what Julie was telling me. What she thought was good too was to start just using iMovie instead of using Pick, Play, Post, because it's less cluttered looking, and you're able to personalize it a little bit more when you're using iMovie. Yeah, it takes a little bit of time, but you're able to put transitions in, you're able to add text, you're able to add music, you can speed up certain clips, certain moves you want faster, other moves you want slower. You're able to customize it a lot easier. And once you start getting used to it, like I can quickly go from a 30-minute workout video and I can shoot it down to a minute. Sometimes I have a hard time and I can't do it a minute. I have to do a minute and 30. But I'm able to do it way faster in editing it because I know what people like now. I know what they want to see me do. And I've also got practice on when I speed moves up and when I don't. And that's where I've seen every video is getting at least 100 views.
Wow.
Because I'm doing it that way.
Okay.
So that might just be a transition, and it might not have to be every single day, until you kind of get used to it, and so it's not a time suck.
But it'll be fun to go from.
I did 4, no. I did 5. I did. Listen to my hand. I did 5. I did 5 videos because I was so behind in all the videos that I had recorded. I was able to quickly edit 5 videos and pre-schedule them. So if you notice, there was a video going on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I wasn't working out, but I still posted something. I was still active, believe me, but I was not at home, first of all.
Right.
Nor did I have a space or any of that, or that comfort factor to work out, but I still posted something. So that's kind of another thing too, why you can also use this pre-scheduling.
I love that.
People are not around you to know exactly, like, that girl did not work out on her vacation. You don't know unless you're with me.
That's right. That's right.
But it's showing the life, like if I could have while I was away, I totally would have. If I stayed at my friend's house, I could have easily worked out. And her kids would have worked out with me. But I wasn't. I was somewhere where just walking up the stairs, it's like super loud, let alone me trying to work out on the 2nd floor while everybody else is still asleep because I'm the only one who wakes up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
everybody else, they all work in the bar industry. They got home at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not waking up at 6.
Yeah, no.
So I'm not going to work out in their home and piss them off. But there's that kind of thing that you can do. So what else? The same. I don't really need to show you as far as in a challenge group. It is the exact same functionality. There's nothing different. No, there is a little bit different. Hold on. I take that back. Let me show you. It's a clock. I just gotta find myself a challenge group. Well, let's go to the team page, right? It's a group. So as soon as I click and I'm going to write something, do you see how this little time?
Yeah.
Same thing. Schedule my post ahead of time.
Cool.
And so that's where, you can do a poll, you can ask for you can do a lot of all of these things and pre-schedule it in your challenge group. And then you do this and then you click schedule. I was
Very
so
cool.
excited when that happened.
Well, yeah.
Super, super happy when that happened. Another thing too that you might want to do is after a while is that you can link, you can link existing groups. So like I've linked a couple of my challenge groups together that are like-minded.
Yeah.
Just like like I probably should link like our clean week group to like whatever is like our current actual like full on, like I'll do like our clean week group, and then when we have our 80-day obsession group, I'll link them together so that if people are like wanting to see, oh, what's going on the 80-day obsession, they can kind of see it, and then if they want to actually join, then they can click join, and then we talk to them about it.
Okay.
But it also goes onto your page in showing the different groups that you have. So when people are kind of being nosy and looking at your page, they can see all this other stuff. They'll start to see like, oh man, she's got a lot of groups along with her. Oh my gosh. It's never ending. It's usually his brother that's pissing him off, and always. What's another thing? If you're either way, when you're scheduling it on the computer, you can still type in emojis just as if you were posting like normal. So say like I do this, right? I hate mornings, right? And then I just click the emoji. And I do this one. Oh, I can do this one twice. But do you see how like it comes in? It's just as if I was typing it on the phone.
Uh-huh.
Oh, well, maybe good.
Yeah, that I can do.
So that I kind of like, but then you can still add how you're feeling too in that same post. And see how I clicked out of it? They're like, hey, wait, you haven't finished. I can either keep editing and it'll just open it up, or I can just say exit, which deletes it all. And I keep clicking on this. Yeah. What other questions do you have? What can I show you?
You know what? Right now, I don't think I have any. This has given me a lot of tools to play with and go in and do some new things. And I'm excited about it because, like I said, everybody's time is at a premium.
Yes, exactly.
And to be able to do that so that it keeps things looking consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And if something nutty happens, like if I end up taking my mom to the emergency room, something's still happening.
Yes. Exactly.
I don't miss a day because I know that when I miss a day, people are like, crickets, okay, and everyone kind of falls off.
Yep. So that's where you can always know that if you're pre-scheduling a minimum of 3 a day, then even if you've had a super crazy day, and you've been in the hospital or this or that, it's not like there's been nothing going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all just about pre-planning. When I started doing this, I only would sit down and crank out a few days ahead. I would just do it once a week. So maybe for you, once a week is just, you don't have that chunk of time to do it.
Yeah.
So, maybe just do it every, 2-3 days, and just do a few days ahead of time. And then once you get really used to it, you kind of can bang them out a lot faster, or you can see like, you know what, I like doing, I used to this is what I would do. I would, all those days of the weeks, like Motivation Monday, Transformation Tuesday, Women Crush Wednesday, whatever, Throwback Thursday, and Flex Friday. I would do all of those. I would pre-schedule those ones. And then I was like, you know what? Everyone does these things. Like, it's just like everyone's newsfeed is getting so just bogged down by this. So I wanted to try and do my own thing. So I started to do, I still would do Monday Motivation, but then I would do Truthful Tuesday. So it's kind of what I did today, which is kind of like a confession, just kind of talking. There's no real business talk. There's no call to action. It's just kind of me just opening up and sharing a little bit about myself or what I've learned from a book or whatever. And then Wednesday is, I still will try, then Wednesday I did recipes. What did I do Thursdays? Thursdays I would still do Throwback Thursday. Whether it was looking back at me, when I first started, looking back or comparing pictures of me growing up, it wasn't always a wait for transformation kind of thing and a throwback. And then Friday, I would do Flex Friday, or, thank God it's Friday, and some kind of hallelujah, oh, so
yeah.
done. Something funny, something light, and then you kind of throw that in there. And then Saturday, Sunday, Sunday is always the the anchor of like let's bring people in, let's be grateful and thankful, but then also, hey, here's my community of amazing women. You should be a part of this too. Saturday is kind of like a family fun day. So it's a little hit or miss, but there's always something. Saturdays, I think for me, most of the time I'm looking at it, it's not fluff, but it's not like business driven. It's more like my personality. I'm able to just do funny pictures, memes, maybe I'll do a shake or a recipe, or I'll highlight, so nice to have a meal plan that has flexibility so I can go out to eat because it's a weekend. Instead of, oh, I can't go. Or I can't attend a party. I have to eat before the party because of my meal plan. No, it's flexible that I can. So kind of break it up that way. So you have a different theme each day of the week. And so as you're thinking, as you're scrolling, as the week goes on, you can think about it in those categories, and you can kind of start to bank on those, like as you're going, maybe getting through emails, like, oh, that's a really great recipe. And then you might have a month's worth, 4 different weeks worth of recipes already there, instead of, oh my gosh, I've got to work on recipe posts now.
Yeah.
Now I have to find stuff,
Yeah.
It's already in your mind. Kind of plan it out how one different theme a day, because you're going to do your workout, you're going to talk some about your shake or your eating. So that's already 2 posts. So then the third one needs to be some kind of a theme, so that you always will have 3, no matter what.
Okay.
Those are kind of the 3 that you should always have. Some kind of theme that's going to be able to highlight a little bit about your personality, your life, your shake, your workout. And then everything else is a bonus.
Doable.
Everything else is like another layer of you.
Definitely doable.
Yeah. Like I would even do, I haven't seen, I don't know if you've done it, but I haven't seen it. Like when you go grocery shopping, go live and unpack your bags. Show people, like I used to do that all the time. Show people like, this is how much I spent, and let's go through and take the time with me, and you can see what it is that I buy.
Yeah, I've done pictures of, like, especially when I go to the ranch market.
Yeah.
I've done pictures of showing, like, I mean, when you can get 7 bags worth of produce for $30.
Exactly.
It was even less than that. It was even less than that. 7 bags.
Wow. So I would definitely do that more often.
Okay.
And so I'm not going to say go live once a day, but I would say go live every other day.
Okay.
And that's another thing where you can start to think about what topics you want to go. Like how I did on, my book that I'm reading. I already wrote it down. Right here, I wrote down the book and I wrote down the chapters and what page. And these are the things I'm going to go live on about for the rest of the week. And it'll just keep growing. Or it might just be something like aha moment. Like, I might go live about what the heck is happening upstairs.
As a foot comes crashing through the ceiling. No.
Right? Like, oh my gosh. Yeah, kind of like those are, or if you've got, sometimes I go live and I have a quick minute because I'm actually early to pick up Theo, which like rarely happens. I'm always late. Or if I'm early, then I'll just go live in the car and kind of just chit chat. Be like, today's been one heck of a day, and I don't know about you. Or I know one time I talked about like customer service and how like I was really ticked off at how the cashier was. Or another time I talked about how annoyed I was with like the old people. And like I held a door for them, and they didn't say a damn thing. I wanted to like I wanted to push them back and shut the door.
Yep.
Like I don't care how old you are, if you're older than me, yep. Whatever. I was like, I held the door open.
Yep.
The least you could do is at least acknowledge or smile if you don't want to say thank you.
Yep. Common courtesy.
So it's something quick like that, like, so it's something you're venting about, but you turn it into a funny moment. So it doesn't sound like you're bitching.
Yeah.
That's what gets people that's what's going to get people to be like, oh my God, what's this? This was a hilarious video. And then it will attract to have them stay. So like, that's why I talk about like, do posts that have nothing to do with working out and eating or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because most times it's those off topics that get people really interested and then trust you and want to know more about what it is that you really do.
Yeah.
At least that's happened for me. And I think that's what's happening for Kim as well, is that, yes, she does get a lot of people connecting with her because of her cancer.
Yeah.
But it's also, I think, the way that she's coming off, and
Right.
And not just like, well, I survived cancer, and all through this, and if I can do it, so can you. It's the funny moments.
Well, and my thing with her was not even that she was talking about having cancer. That's a horrific thing. It's the fact that it was like, listen, I had cancer and I still showed up and It's like, well,
yep, I know.
Good for you. I don't feel like showing up.
Sometimes, like, the old Kim still pops out, and that was old Kim popping out.
Okay, that's good to know, because there are times that she is just absolutely sweet and very supportive and hilarious.
So, those are like the filtered moments. The unfiltered is I battled cancer and came out on top. Why can't you? That is like unfiltered, raw, like it literally it just went out. There was no thought about it.
Well, because everybody's, when she talks about how she shows up all the time and that it never occurs to her to not show up in her business and that she's so confident and stuff. Well, everybody doesn't feel confident that way.
Exactly.
For me, that's something I have to build.
Yeah.
I don't feel confident. It's like, why don't you share this? It's so amazing. It has nothing to do with whether it's amazing or not. It has to do with whether, whether I feel like people are really going to trust me and pay attention to me. Who am I to say that it's wonderful and amazing? Not that it's not. It's who am I to say that? And that she doesn't have that issue, because we're all different.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
I think of it, and she said it to me in the way that, like, we doubt ourselves, but turn it around. Instead of saying, who am I to, to say that and for them to believe it, but who am I to withhold this from somebody who needs it?
Well, that's kind of where it has hit after this diagnosis for my mom, and knowing that exercise and good healthy lifestyle are some of the things that either prevent or slow down the progression of this.
Yes.
It's like, okay, my purpose keeps coming out in little trickles, more and more and more. I knew there was a reason that I started. I knew that was already there. I just didn't know all the whys.
So that is like another facet of how you can connect with people. Now you can connect with other children who have parents with Alzheimer's. Do you know what I mean? That's just another facet. So even though, like, that's how you can be like, okay, yes, this is a very hard and, devastating kind of, diagnosis, to now it's a reality. But now you can turn it into another community, another, group of homegirls, or whatever you want, that you don't have to feel like you are alone. And it's just another commonality that you can have with other people and connect with other people, and that they can follow your journey. Or maybe even though people don't have a parent that has Alzheimer's, but maybe, a sibling, or maybe an aunt or uncle. It's just another way to kind of like, oh my gosh, that's what a child goes through, no matter how old you are. That's what a child goes through, having to take care and seeing that progress with their parents. Like, I remember there was a video on Facebook, and it was a son, and he's been videotaping for the last, like, a couple years of his mom. She doesn't know that he is her son.
I think I've seen that.
He comes every day, and he does things with her, and she has a great personality, but she doesn't know. She'll even say, like, your mom must be so proud of you, like, and those are moments that, he has to kind of keep it together because it killed him. I think
I think there was one where he took her like to McDonald's and they went and got coffee.
Yes.
And he was saying,
yeah.
Do you know who I am?
Uh-huh.
No, but you're a nice boy, kind of a thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they were driving and something, and he was like,
Yes.
he was about to just lose it, and he had to keep it together.
Yep.
I love that. But, so it can be like something like that, where you don't have to videotape every, outing you have with your mom. But
right.
Another like little lens into your life. So now it's not just, your life with boys and your life as a single mom and your life, as taking care of, now a teenage, son with autism. Now it's also being the daughter of, a woman who's Alzheimer's and kind of seeing that progression and how you are going through it and having to process it, but also how she is doing it.
It's one of the saddest things in the world to watch a person know they're losing their mind.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I can't imagine, I cannot imagine, going through in and out of those moments of knowing who you are, remembering, your life, and then,
because we went from
looking at yourself in the mirror, do you even know who the hell that is?
Well, we went, it was so shocking Sunday night, and I have to be very careful about sharing because she is still here and so much family. Yes. So I do have to be really careful, but
yes.
There are funny, we laugh about, she puts her hearing aids in, but she puts the handle in her ear instead of the hearing part. And she giggles about it. She just thinks that's hilarious. And so we find things to laugh about. But I went over Sunday night because she found blood in her compression stocking and she couldn't find where the blood was coming from. And I thought, well, crap. And so I went over and she had on her jeans and she was sitting on the toilet when I got there, but she had opened her door. I'm like, Mom, you got the door open and you're sitting here on the toilet with your pants down. So I told her, I went in and I looked at her legs and she pulled her jeans up and I looked at her legs and I said, well, I don't see anything, but there's definitely blood in her sock. So she came out of the bathroom after she had finished. And I said, okay. I said, you need to take your jeans off so that I can look at the backs of your legs and see, because I didn't see anything just as far as your pants would pull up. And she started to pull her pants down and she had pulled everything down. I'm like, Mom, not your underwear, just your jeans. This is one of the Alzheimer's moments though. She didn't have underwear on.
Oh.